Welcome everyone back to my channel. Starting off in the hot tub for the first time this year. This will be my first time in the hot tub where it's below freezing. I believe it's about 30 degrees right now. It is a nice day, if you can see up in the sky there, all blue, no clouds, which has been a rarity for the last few weeks at least. I think on today I may just go for a walk, maybe a little walk and talk today, and may get a little deep. I try to keep this channel relatively light and relatively positive, but you know, sometimes things are on your mind. You kind of want to just get off, so come take a walk with me, if you will. So this is actually called the Seabrook Salisbury connector. I call it the rail trail because most of it is on the old rails. And I've walked as far as Amesbury over here on the Riverwalk Trail before. Never actually made it down to Newburyport. I'm probably not going to do that today, but I just wanted to do a little walk and talk, and this is a pretty close place to where I reside. Well, right here it does say Friends of the Seabrook Rail Trail, so I guess it's not just me that calls it the rail trail. There really isn't that much of this trail in Seabrook itself, because I'm only a couple minutes into the walk. We're already approaching Salisbury, and that is the Massachusetts-New Hampshire line. So, exiting New Hampshire, going into Mass, and the parking lot is basically right up there where those buildings are. So, not very much of it is in Seabrook. And this little bridge is what kind of brings you over to where the railroad lines were, which, if you know me and you know I'm into trains, I would probably prefer this still be an active train line, because then I'd have a train much closer. So like all this paved and, you know, all that used to be all railroad. What is this called? The Old Eastern Marsh Trail, which is basically that map that we saw over there. But yeah, this is all paved. A lot of people ride their bikes, and it's pretty much a straight shot just because, you know, it used to be a railroad. So where the Newburyport line is where you know, it used to come up here. I believe it went all the way to Maine. And yeah, that would be cool if it still did. I have been here several times before. It is a really beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky. Still, I did see an eagle in these woods one time. That was pretty cool. But yeah, straight paved road. May have to purchase a bicycle at some point to ride on this rail trail, as it were. But the real point of this episode, if you will, on the channel, it's basically a little walk and talk. So if you see my first video, it was basically me walking around Lynn, where I did used to reside. For most of my life I resided in Lynn, but basically in that video I just kind of talked about my goals on YouTube and what I'd like to accomplish. And to be honest, it's been going good, and it's been going not so good. I mean, I really didn't even think I would have as many viewers at this point, but it is. I've been doing this for about 6 months now. In the first several, I was going pretty hard, you know, every day I was on a day off, I would pretty much go out, try to make a video. I look into different places, different things. I went to places like the Topsfield Fair, a place I haven't been to in a long time, you know, different woods. And I mean, part of that is because I really would like to go do these things. But it is very tiring, especially with a rigid, I'm pretty sure it's rigid, not rigid. That's not a real word. Anyways, maybe I should cut this out, but no, you know what? I'm gonna go with it. Anyways, it's very tiring. And then the month of December comes, and pretty much haven't really recorded too often since then because work has not even slowed down. It's the beginning of February as of the recording of this, and aside from this past week, I have worked well over 40 hours every week for several months, and I do want to make that money, you know, and usually I would get off the overtime list around now, take some time, because in order to get back on, I have to wait till April. But, you know, I have a lot of things that I want to do, so I want to make that money while I can. It just sometimes can be pretty rough on the body and on the soul. All this ice water. But I just was going to discuss, you know, trying to make these videos when you're dealing with that. I also deal with depression, so that's very hard to sometimes even remove myself from my room, from my house, from pretty much life, you know. I'm sure a lot of you deal with depression. There's several different states, I feel like. I feel like people's depression can vary in different ways. And I realize I am not alone in that struggle by any means. I'm sure there's quite a few people that are watching this video that have to deal with depression, and we all deal with it in different ways. One thing I will say is it is kind of therapeutic making these videos. It gets me out of the house and kind of takes my mind away from things that might be bothering me. And something I'm better at doing lately, as opposed to years ago, is looking on the bright side, trying not to dwell on things too much. But by all means, if you are having serious issues like I know I have, and I know a lot of you have, please reach out to help from a friend, from a family member. There's hotlines, there's 911. But definitely get some help if you're dealing with that. I myself used to be a bit of a drinker, and that was kind of my answer to that. I was also very much not so introverted as I am nowadays. I feel like that is a very hard thing that I deal with right now, because I want to go out, I want to go see people that I love, that I haven't seen in such a long time. A lot of people that I barely ever see. I used to see so many people all the time, and I do miss that quite a bit. I don't miss drinking all the time. I will say that I do enjoy having a few drinks here and there, but I do not miss the everyday I'm basically over it controlling me, which is an amazing feat to get to if you can make it there. I probably am in the minority of people that can, I don't want to say conquer an addiction, because I guess you never really conquer it, but it's to the point where I don't drink. I just came off of not drinking for the whole month of January, and it didn't affect me. Now, 10 years ago, I mean, I didn't go straight from drinking 7 days a week to 0. That wouldn't be good. But I gradually cut back. Then by January, and this is 2014, I was good. I was good at being able to stop. It was a challenge, but I would still go out. I still went out to bars. I still went out and saw live music. And to be honest, by the end of the month, my nerves were, I want to have a drink. I want to have a drink. But I kept to it. But then, of course, February 1st came along, and I had to drink. But progressively ever since then, I've managed to not let it run my life. I never went back to drinking every day of the week since then. I mean, there was times where it was, 4 or 5 days still. But now, I mean, it's rare that I drink more than once a week. Sometimes I don't drink for weeks. The urge is gone. It's dissipated. So it can be done. Some people think that it can't, and it might be very rare, but I am proof that you can cut back drastically. And a lot of people really need to. And some people need to quit altogether. I understand that too. And I wish you much luck in dealing with that, if you're someone who is dealing with that. Nowadays, for me, it's mainly a social thing, and I like to not go too overboard with it. I'm very good at just having, 1 or 2 beers and being done. There's certain occasions where you get a little more crazy than others, but typically that's where I like to keep it at. I hate being hungover. I mean, that's just the worst. So glad that part of my life is pretty much gone. I may catch a hangover here and there, but like I say, that's very rare. Very rare this day and age. Positivity also. I'm trying to be positive, so I'll stop talking about all those negative things. On the positive tip, I do have things planned. I am trying to motivate myself to get out and film more, do more things for all 5 of you that are watching. Just kidding. Sometimes I only get 5 views. Whatever. I'm doing this not just, I know I've been pushing the subscribe, and I would like people to subscribe. So if you're watching this, please, I do ask you to subscribe. But I'm going to make videos that I want to make, videos of places that I want to go to, and if people want to watch them, then thank you, and that's awesome. But if people don't want to watch them, then that's fine. I'm just trying to get a little bit better than I was the month before and the month before that. I just got to keep working on it and keep my hopes up that I may actually get to 1,000 viewers, or subscribers, I should say. That would be cool. I doubt it's going to happen within a year, but it would be cool. And here's the positivity. I got to start meditating again. I have to start eating healthier. And that's really the goal of this month. Last month was the cut out drinking, the dry January, if you will. This month, eat healthier, work out, meditate. Healthy body, Healthy mind, healthy soul, right? You know, it is really beautiful in the winter to get out into nature. I know that I fail at doing that.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
No, Siri. I will not try again. Stop talking to me.
I'm not sure I understand.
You never will you? Anyways, I hope you guys understand, even though Siri does not. And Siri sometimes will just start talking to me on my watch, unprovoked. But I'd like to thank every single one of you for watching, for subscribing, for listening to my little rant here as I walk the old rail trail. Try to capture some of this beauty of the outdoors and of nature while I'm going on. But once again, thank you. Thank you all. But being out in nature and being at live, seeing live music, going to shows, those are some of my favorite things, and I feel most alive. I'm trying to do more of both of those things. And, you know, it is kind of hard in the winter, and it gets dark early and all that, but it doesn't last forever, so I'm happy to be out here, even though there's snow all around. It's not that much. You can't even really see the snow. There we go. There's all the snow. You can see it all on the sides, which is better than it in the middle of the path. All the frozen water, bodies of water that are in here. Yeah, this isn't working out too good with the sun right behind me. Wonder if I tap the screen, no, not really. It doesn't help that much, but maybe a little bit. I know sometimes it gets rid of the glare in the background to do so. But I don't even remember what I was saying. But I know that I'm bummed that I've missed a lot of live music. I missed Mighty Mystic last night. I worked late. I really wanted to get down. I'm not that close to Boston anymore like I used to be. That is definitely something that I miss about being down in Lynn. My close proximity to Boston and to get out to see more live music. I'm still upset that I didn't get to go see Diggable Planets because they don't tour that often, and they put on a great show. But do have some shows planned. I actually have tickets to some shows. That's what I really should do, is buy more tickets to shows, and that way it's extra motivation to get out to those shows. Yeah, the sun's right behind me. Hey, I'm glad it's out. I feel like it hasn't been out in weeks. But I'm not sure if I said it or I was just thinking it earlier. You see what I like to do. The videos that I make are mostly things that I like to do. I mean, even the mall videos, that is something that I once really enjoyed doing. That was like getting out of my normal realm when I was a kid. So I do have a lot of memories of malls. I may keep going to malls, I may not, we'll see. I like going to different places, comparing them. I want to go to different restaurants, maybe defunct chains of places. There's a lot that I would like to do, so hopefully you'll stick around and I won't bore you too much with it. There's also a bunch of these little gnomes everywhere on this trail, which I think is pretty cool. It's a nice little wagon there. Seabrook Salisbury connector. So I take it that this is just that trail, just the part that gets Seabrook to this rail trail, which is not very far. I mean, I do like kind of looking down here. You get the bridge with some cars going over it. imagination just wanders, you know, like the wanderer would. How does that song go? I wander as I wonder, or I wonder as I wander. Think it's from Sleeping Beauty? May not be. I know it exists. I know somewhere it exists. Another gnome saying welcome. And we are almost back in to New Hampshire. East Coast Greenway, Maine to Florida. That's pretty interesting. I'll have to look into that. And that is probably where I'm going to end it today. Thanks for listening to me. Please comment if you have anything to add to anything that I've discussed or talked about. I would like to try to get in touch with more people over this coming year. Maybe if people are interested in doing videos with me, that would be pretty cool too. Haven't had any guest stars on here in a while. I am going to be meeting up with my sister later and probably going out to eat. Maybe I'll put some of that footage in here. I know she does not want to be in any of the videos. But yeah, so maybe I'll put a little footage in. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll make my own video. Let me know what you think in the comments, please. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so you can, you know, be notified when I post. It'll just come up on your phone, you know, say I posted something. You don't have to watch it immediately, but at least some people have told me, oh, well, I don't know when you post. Just click that bell button, and you'll be notified. And also, you know, give me a thumbs up if you want, you know. It's all free things here, you know. You know, tell people, get the word out. I was watching you know, I've been watching this, you know, how to make your YouTube channel better and get more viewers and more subscribers and things like that. And they say, have you gotten all your subscribers strictly from making YouTube videos? And of course I haven't. I texted a lot of people and they're like, hey, subscribe, which I may do again. I may go into Facebook. I mean, I have over 2,000 friends on Facebook. I have almost 1,000 people on Instagram. So hopefully I can get up to 1,000. Maybe I'll start messaging some people on Facebook. That may annoy people, I don't know, but we'll see. But thank you, and I will now leave you in peace. Maybe some bonus footage if I go out to eat and decide to do so. Peace.